Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today we are live again on a Monday evening, and it's a little bit of a change from normal really, because Mondays normally we just do the Max Monday. Max Monday has changed slightly. It is no longer a 1 hour event, but instead it's an all day event. So if ever you wanted to do the Dynamax featured Pokemon, you could do it at any time during the day and not just 6 PM till 7 PM. But we're all going to be doing it at 6 PM till 7 PM, but we're also going to be doing the final day of the celebration event as well. Hey Jonathan, hey Miss Blue, how are you doing? So we've got legendaries to catch, we've got Dynamax Pikachu to catch, and we'll also be hosting some raids if anybody wants any legendary raids this evening. So first of all, let's stick the incense on. This is of course the item we need to get these legendaries this event, from the incense, and we're hopefully going to be trying to find as many legendaries as we can during this next hour or so. And we've started with a Latias. That is a really cool start. Let's go. 2,569 CP Latias off the first spawn on the incense. That's a very good start to the evening, except it ran away, so that's not as good a start as what it could have been. But still, I'll take it. Take the fact that we've seen one. It's better to have seen than not have seen at all. It's a very good start to the incense, nonetheless. So of course, I'm pretty much sure everybody tuning in is aware of this event now. The event where we can get the legendaries spawning off the incense. Also randomly in the wild as well, if you're lucky enough, you can find them. I know somebody in my local community today found one just sitting there randomly on a side street on the game. So you can find them just randomly in the wild, but mainly you want the incense. Hey Alan, how are you? Thanks so much for tuning in. Cresselia off the incense. So we had a Latias, Cresselia, a Latias, some generic spawn, and then we've had a Cresselia. So off 3 spawns, we've had 2 legendaries so far during this incense. That is crazy. Cresselia is not caught. We need to use Kyram's adventure effect, don't we? We definitely need to. What is the purpose of this game? Well, to bring a load of enjoyment to everybody who plays it. If you're a massive Pokemon fan, then you'll understand this game. But yeah, if you've not really grown up watching a franchise or playing any of a franchise, then it's probably going to be a little bit like, what's the point? But yeah, you've got to catch them all. Name of the game. Let's use the Kyram adventure effect. We're going to go Kyram Black today. We're going to use Kyram Black's adventure effect. And this should make it a little bit easier for us to catch the legendaries. We have a Shinx. I mean, if Pokemon is something that you're interested in, I would definitely recommend this game. It gets you active, it gets you hanging around with a new community, making friends, meeting new people, stuff like that. It is a very good game for many, many reasons. Of course, we all get annoyed with it. You know, we all want to bin it off at different periods and get really annoyed with Niantic, Scopely, whoever it may be. But in the general scheme of things, it does do so much good, this game. So we've had Latias, we've had Cresselia. Such a good start to this incense so far. We've only just gone live as well. But let's see if we can get another legendary off this incense, and if we can catch one as well. Yeah, it was a massive thing, wasn't it, Paul, on release? Thanks very much for tuning in, by the way, Paul. But yeah, it was a massive thing on release. I think it then sort of fell off a little bit after the initial release and hype. Obviously, Pokemon games have mainly been restricted to Nintendo devices, and this was a first big game to be on a device other than Nintendo and more accessible to everybody. And then, of course, it sort of dipped off a little bit after its initial release, mainly because there wasn't as much to do on it. But of course, now there's so much to do. There's an event happening most days on the game, with big events happening on a weekend as well, and even bigger events happening 3 or 4 times a year with a Go Fest, a Go Wild area, Go Tour. So much happening. But yeah, it is a very, very good game. Would definitely recommend it. Yeah, definitely still going strong. In its 10th year this year as well. It's unreal. Unreal to see it still going after 10 years and so strong as well. Right, can we get one of those legendaries off this incense? We will be doing some of these Dynamax Pikachus as well. Zekrom. That is an awesome legendary to get. Look at that, 3282 Zekrom in the wild. Excellent throw. And we have the adventure effect on. Is he going to stay in? No, it's not stayed in. That's a little bit annoying. So just to reel off some numbers, there's a 7.5% chance. Rayquaza, hang on a second. Oh, it's not shiny one. 2607 though, this will be so cool if we can catch this. This was the one I was wanting. Terrible throw. He's ran away. I thought he was going to give us a second chance then. So annoying. But my God, we've seen so many legendaries already on this incense. Was that 4 or 5 now? That is crazy. So unlucky, yeah. Let's do the Dynamax Pikachu that's here. We'll be doing these throughout the evening as well. So Dynamax Pikachu's brand new release on the game. We've not had the Dynamax version out before, but we have of course had, or we will be getting, should I say, later on this month, we will be getting the Gigantamax version of Pikachu. If you remember about a month or 2 ago now, we had Gigantamax Eevee. Gigantamax Pikachu will be coming into the game. But of course, you can't evolve that into Raichu, but with a Dynamax version you can. So it might be a really good way of getting a decent Dynamax Pikachu now to evolve into a Dynamax Raichu. And then of course, when Raichu's new Mega Evolutions come out, as part of a new Legends ZA game, you can Mega Evolve it and use it in both raids and also in Dynamax, which would be super cool. So yeah, it might be a good option to do quite a few of these Pikachus this week, even if you are just using the free max particles. .507 on the Pikachu. I think the Hundo is around 536, is it? Something like that. Jonathan will probably let me know in the comments. Statman John. He'll probably let me know in the comments in a minute. But yeah, I've got 536 in my head. Whether that's because it's normally that off raids. I think it's the same on Dynamax battles, if I'm right. Yeah, 536. Thanks very much for clarifying that, Jonathan. Always comes up with the goods, Jonathan does. Cleffer is rubbish. Let's get rid of that. Let's get a 5-kilometer egg on. Why does that egg look like so tiny then? What is happening with these eggs? They look tiny when you click on them. That's not just me, is it? Why are the eggs so small? They are never normally that small when you click on them. What is happening there? So before we got interrupted by that Rayquaza spawning, which we got very excited by, I was going to mention some numbers and some facts and figures about the legendary spawning this event. Now, some of you may have heard these facts and figures from previous videos, Some actually told me on the chat about some of these facts and figures, but we've got a 7.5% chance of encountering. We need Palkia v Palkia, yeah, we do. We've got a 7.5% chance of encountering a legendary from an incense spawn. So every 30 or 40 seconds when you're walking around, you'll get an incense spawn. And when that incense spawn pops, 7.5% chance of it being a legendary Pokemon. And then the catch rate is around about a 2% base catch rate, but you can multiply, you can add multipliers to that by using an Ultra Ball, by using an Excellent Throw, a Golden Raz, and also by using a Adventure Effect, and you can probably get that up to close towards 5% catch rate using all those techniques. So it does give you a little bit better catch rate using those techniques, more than double the initial catch rate. So definitely worth doing all those things, and obviously one of the major things about that is obviously trying to do that Excellent Throw. Some of them are not easy to do Excellent Throws on, but if you are using Kyurem's Adventure Effect, it may slow its movements down or completely stop them if you're using the Black Kyurem Adventure Effect, for example. So definitely worth using those Adventure Effects. And obviously, they can be shiny, these legendaries in the wild, or off the incense, but they are full odd shinies. A 1 in 512 shiny rate, not the normal shiny rate we see on legendary raids with a 1 in 20 odds. These are 1 in 512. So terribly difficult to try and catch, and terribly difficult to try and get shiny. But it's still an event that's got so many people excited for it. I think the initial buzz of the event, all those legendaries in the wild and people going mad for it, has perhaps declined a little bit when all those figures started to be found out and explored and initially reported. But it's still an exciting event. We're never going to get legendaries again in the wild, not until the next anniversary, let's say. I know sometimes in big events you might have a set amount of legendaries in the wild, like the Go Wild area, for example. I think you could see Entei, Suicune and Raikou in the wild a couple of years ago, followed by the following year where we could have Latias or Latias. But other than those big events, we don't tend to get this happening, and especially not this amount of legendaries happening all at once. So it is a really good event still. It's just the catch rate is terrible. So don't go out expecting to catch everything you encounter in terms of legendaries. Most of them will run away. But there is a chance you could get a shiny one. And that's what we all keep hunting for. But we've not had one since that Rayquaza. And like I mentioned yesterday, my user interface has completely gone dead since doing a Dynamax battle. Normally you click on a Pokemon, you see the Pokeballs, the berries, and the run button in the top left. All that's completely vanished ever since doing that Dynamax Pikachu. So we will have to do a little bit of a restart in just a moment to get that back. Not like it's lost the function of it. We can still play without those buttons being there, but it does just mess with my head a little bit, not having them there. But yeah, do let me know in the comments if you've managed to catch many legendaries this event, and also if you've managed to get any shiny ones as well. As mentioned before, with the shiny rate being so high, I'll be very surprised if many people have caught shinies during this event. I'm going to miss the mime off the incense, so we'll do a quick restart. Just to get that user interface back. Notification there about Gigantamax Pikachu. Like I said, I think it's March the 26th or something like that. It's the last weekend in March we get that Gigantamax Pikachu Max Battle Day. And no doubt it'll be on a Saturday. They tend to be making all those weekend events now on a Saturday. So Sundays should be and should remain relatively free. So if you're planning on doing anything and you don't want to miss out on a Pokemon event, organise it for a Sunday and you should be okay. Aquavet off the incense. Where are the legendaries at? Young Goose. No shiny. The legendary seem to have faded now after the initial 10 minutes or so on the incense. We had Latias straight away off the incense. The third encounter was Cresselia. Then we had the Rayquaza. So we've done pretty decent in these first 15 minutes of the incense. Now this event with the legendary spawning in the wild or off incense is going to be finishing tonight. It is a final day of this event. 8 PM local time. This event will finish. And tomorrow we've got a brand new event starting. So there's sort of no respite. We've got a brand new event starting tomorrow with the Ditto costume Pokemon being in the wild, as well as our research tasks. Ditto wearing a hat, 2 different forms of hat, is going to be available during that event, and you can be shiny as well. So Ditto, shiny Ditto with a costume would be so cool. That's definitely what we're going to be hunting for tomorrow. But that event starts tomorrow, 10 AM local time, and it's called the Pokopia Celebration. Of course, Pokopia being the brand new game released on Nintendo Switch, and it's basically an event surrounding the Pokemon which are featured on that game. So expect to see quite a few of the Pokemon on that game featured, and that goes on until this following Monday, so a week today. So 6 days of the event, so loads of chance to be able to get that shiny Ditto with a costume. Don't know what the shiny odds for that Ditto are going to be. Normally Ditto shiny is roughly 1 in 64 odds, but whether that's going to be increased to full odds, like we have done for most things this event, we'll have to wait and see. Hey, thanks so much for joining. Let's just bin off all these, keeping just the legendaries and the extra extra small and extra extra large. Lucky at me, I've seen no legendaries today. That's crazy, Jonathan. That's absolutely crazy. Yeah, we saw quite a few heading to work this morning. Managed to get 4 in a row off the incense, which I put a video on my YouTube and TikTok about. And then we actually ended up getting a 5th one around about 7 minutes later. So 5 legendaries in around 8 minutes was absolutely crazy. And none of them stayed in, all of them ran. One thing we did get on the way to work this morning was a Dialga we managed to catch. So let's rename this Wild, because I didn't remember to do that at the time. And we also managed to get a Groudon as well, Wild Groudon. So absolutely awesome to get these. And again, we'll go through what we've had in the wild in just a moment. Let's just see what the next few incense spawns are going to be. Can you trade me? I have a good offer, user. So you can't trade, yeah, you can only trade within 100 meters of each other, unfortunately. Remote trading is only available for, and that's trading at a much larger distance. It's unlimited distance. Remote trading is only available if you've been friends with somebody for 180 days and interacted with them for 180 days. So unfortunately we won't be able to trade anyway. Plus you can't trade with somebody just, or you can't add with somebody just from their email username. You need their trainer code instead. Right, let's see what the next incense spawn is. There's a Crobat behind the gym. Another interesting thing about this season, we mentioned it over the weekend, but every single evolution Pokemon in the wild normally would have to get their first form shiny and then evolve them. Every single evolution form is available as shiny. So that Crobat, for example, could have been shiny 1 in 512 odds for that. And that goes for everything in the wild now. Everything is gone to 1 in 512 odds for the shiny, unless there's an event when you get a shiny boost. So for example, the Pokopia celebration event, I think there's a shiny boost for Sudowoodo, I believe. So we're going to get increased shiny odds of Sudowoodo. There's also something else as well, which I forgot what else is increased during that event, but there is something else increased. But yeah, it's mainly just going to be 1 in 512 odds for everything you see on the screen. Regieleki, that's also 1 in 512 odds. This one will be super cool if we got this. I mean, it bounces like mad. And it's bounced out and bounced away. That's annoying. That's really annoying. Let's do a Pikachu. Oh, that'd have been a super cool one to get as well. Now, I did see something online yesterday, I think it was. Fleece King eventually got his shiny. He's been doing this event a lot, and I know a lot of people follow Fleece King. 94 encounters with legendaries before he got his shiny. But as he rightly said, it's still way under the odds of 1 in 512. But there's no way the odds should be that high. It just makes the event a little bit more annoying. You know, even if he made it 1 in 64 odds, it would have been a lot more interesting. 1 in 512 odds is super annoying. But let's see if we can get just as lucky to that and get a shiny. I think Fleece King's shiny was a Zaramazenta, if I remember right. I'd love to get a shiny Rayquaza in a while, but the chances of getting a specific one that you're after shiny is ridiculous. 527, that's not a bad Pikachu. 536 is a hundo, 527 will probably be around about 91 IV, I would say. Maybe a 93, depending on the stat formation. Let's have a look on this one. And it is a 93, 14, 14, 14. So, not a bad Pikachu at all. Dealing off the incense. So, I'll tell you what, I cannot wait for the clocks to change here in the UK. I mean, it's already getting lighter in the evening. We're actually managing to walk the route that we can't walk during the winter because it gets so dark. But we're managing to walk that this evening because the light is still about just going a little bit dusk now. But when the clocks change, it'll be a lot lighter, be a lot better for us. Is that a shadow on the nearby? It is. Oh, it's Impidimps evolved form. It's back where we just were. It's literally back up there where we just were. That's a little bit annoying. To be honest, I think we can evolve an Impidimp. Let's just double check to see if we can. Impidimp, we did get a shiny one. Yeah, we got plenty enough candy to evolve that. 3,033 candy. How many of those are 3-star, 4-star? I mean, I think we could probably evolve one now. 96. Yeah, we definitely got a decent one to evolve. No worth. Ooh, Glaring Bird. I don't know what a CP is because the user interface is gone. So having done that Dynamax, I don't know what a CP is. That is such an annoying glitch. Do a Dynamax. And it's ran. So I don't know what CP that was. I'll have to check on my journal. That glitch is so annoying, man. I didn't realise it took away the CP as well. 2,487. Damn, that is so annoying. Oh, that would have been so cool to get a Glaring Bird off an incense and not off a normal. off a normal instance and off a daily. That would have been so cool. That would have been ridiculously lucky. There we go, the user interface is back now. So yeah, definitely only happens after we've done a Dynamax. Hey Mark, how are you? Thanks so much for joining. So we've definitely seen legendaries about us this evening. We're seeing them at a lot higher rate as well than what we have done in previous live streams. We just haven't managed to catch any so far. Talking of catching, let's just go through what we have managed to catch during this event in the wild in terms of legendaries. So we started off with a Palkia, very cool Palkia, 3,200 CP. We've then got a Cobalion at 2,495. A Dialga, a Enamorus, the incarnate form, which is actually better than the Therian form, amazingly. Very cool legendary to be getting in the wild. Then we managed to get another Palkia, Xerneas, Tornadus, Terrakion, Groudon, and Dialga. That is very, very cool. Got a shiny Articuno in the wild. Was that from a wild or from a raid? I think we're on raids at the moment, aren't we, Articunos? Dialga, no shiny. From a wild, that is crazy, Mark. Congrats on that. That is absolutely crazy. Ah, Dialga's run away. Annoying. Yeah, as we were saying before, Mark, I don't know if you was here on the chat, but the 1 in 512 odds for getting a shiny in the wild, the legendaries. Raids are 1 in 20, in the wild are 1 in 512, so you've got a very, very rare shiny there. And of course it will be super cool because you'll be able to show people that you've caught it in an Ultra Ball, not in a raid ball, which will be a super cool brag as well. The question is, are you going to bottle cap it? Because I was thinking about this the other day. If I had a shiny legendary that I caught in the wild, would you bottle cap it? Because it's more difficult to get, or would you just leave it? It's in a normal ball as well, so in a normal Pokeball, that is amazing. I know we can't run, but it must have taken you loads of Pokeballs to catch that. Yeah, would you bottle cap in a legendary that you caught in the wild with a normal Pokeball? I think that'd be pretty cool. Don't have bottle caps. No, but potentially you could get one in the future. We tend to get a gold and a silver one given to us each year at the moment. So we may get another one at the 10th anniversary event. I'd be very surprised if we don't, in fact, during the Go Fest. I'll be very surprised if we don't get a gold bottle cap during the Go Fest, with it being the 10th anniversary and everything. I mean, there's definitely a question there whether you would bottle cap it or not. I think it would definitely sit on my list as one of the potentials. Now, just down here is where we lost signal a bit the other day, so I'm hoping that's not going to be the case today. I'm hoping we'll be all right, but if we do lose signal a little bit, just stick with us and we'll get the stream back up and running as soon as possible. But hopefully it's a little bit better today. Hopefully we fix the signal issues around this area. Got an Articuno and then a Rayquaza in a row. That is amazing. Was a Rayquaza shiny as well? Or was it normal and ran away? I didn't have a Pokeballs, no. That is incredibly unlucky. That is seriously unlucky not to have a Pokeballs. I think if that was me, I'd have used a Master Ball. Oh, it wasn't shiny. Yeah, that's fair enough. Don't worry too much about that then. If it's not a shiny, then I wouldn't worry too much about it. it would probably have ran on the first ball anyway. Like I say, the flea rate on these is ridiculously low. 16 CP Hone Edge, let's use a Pineapple on that to get more candy. Excellent throw. Quick caught, yeah. So of course, previously on the channel, we used to do a live stream on a Monday evening, doing Dynamax Monday, which we are doing today. That will remain the case. Of course, the seasonal changes have changed things a little bit. So normally on Tuesday, we do Spotlight Hour. Spotlight Hour is no more. We've removed Spotlight Hour completely from the game. Instead, we've got Showcase Tuesday, which I don't think many people are happy about. It's just going to be 20 different types of showcases that you can add on. They're not going to increase the amount of showcases you can add on, so there's still only going to be a free showcase limit. And we're also not going to increase the amount of Pokestops, which has got a showcase on, so you're still only going to get the same showcases around you. But we will be going live tomorrow at around the same time tonight, 6 PM till 7 PM, to do the new event. So that's going to be the new feature for the channel. We'll still continue to go live on a Tuesday. Instead of doing Spotlight Hour, we will do the new event, because most new events start on a Tuesday. So tomorrow we'll be playing the Pokopia celebration event for an hour on the live stream to try and get the new shinies, the new shiny Ditto costume, for example, and also trying to hunt down the shiny boosted Pokemon, with Sudowoodo being one of those. So that's going to be tomorrow's live stream, and then we'll probably do another live stream on Sunday playing the same event, the Pokopia celebration event. So that's probably going to be the feature of the channel. Live stream on a Monday, 6 PM till 7 PM. Live stream on a Tuesday, playing the current event, 6 PM till 7 PM. And then we'll go live on Sunday at some point during the event as well, if the weather's good enough. So that's going to be the new format. We will be putting up a poster about that on my different social medias to make people aware that's a new format going forward. But it pretty much sticks to the same format as well. So it sticks to what people are used to on the channel, which is the best thing really with everyone. I've subbed, by the way, brilliant. Thank you very much, Mark. Fan of Soul Gleo and a Registeel and a Regigigas. That is awesome. Haven't found many Reggies. I think I've found Regice a couple of times, but haven't found any other ones. Zapdos. Zapdos, Zapdos, Zapdos. No shiny Zapdos. Dan, where's my Pika versus Pika? Sorry, I thought we caught a Zapdos. Let's go! We caught a 2,898 CP Zapdos. It's a 1-star, but still, it's another legendary catch. Let's go! Yes, get him there. Sorry, Jonathan, when you mentioned it before, I thought you said Palkia versus Palkia. Pika versus Pika, yes, we will be doing that. We will definitely be doing that. Let's head up here and we'll do it on one of these. It's become a little bit of a feature of the Monday Dynamax Max Monday live stream, is that we tend to try a Dynamax battle using the same Pokemon. So Dynamax Pikachu against Dynamax Pikachu is going to be the one tonight. We did Dynamax Wailmer against Dynamax Wailord, just because Wailmer wouldn't do it, so we evolved it. So we'll be doing a Pikachu against Pikachu Dynamax battle in just a bit and see if we can do it. Don't know if we are going to be able to do that, in fact, but we'll try. Why not? So this area yesterday, and this exact stop that I'm spinning now, is where we got a Palkia. and I couldn't catch it. It spawned directly on the stop. I couldn't click on it because the stop was in my way. No matter how many times I tried, I couldn't click on it. And that video, which I posted up on my TikTok page and YouTube, has had over 4,000 views now of me frantically trying to click on this Palkia. Crazy, but it happened right in this spot. So annoying. I'm sure many people have had it happen to them as well. C dot. So we'll wait until the Pika versus Pika battle to see if we could do sense, which leads us to this Dynamax battle here. So let's change Dynamax Pikachu for Dynamax Pikachu. We'll use the best one. Let's give ourselves a fighting chance here. 527, it was a 14, 14, 14 on the stats. So a 93 IV. Can this Pikachu defeat the Dynamax Pikachu from the battle? Let's see if we can do this. It looks ridiculous on the screen, that does. It looks stupid on the screen. We are going to have to dodge on this, I suspect. Attacking coming. You surf. That is a ridiculous one. Do I add my fans to the live stream, do you mean? It's something that I've not yet done, but it's something that I'd be probably looking into doing in the future, depending on what it is, and obviously if those fans wanted to be on the live stream. Or do you mean like just add them on the game? I don't know if you mean I don't add you into the live stream, or whether you mean add into the game. I'm more than happy to add you on the game now. I'll put my trainer code up on the screen at any time, whenever anybody wants to add. Yeah, in the game, yeah. That was quite easy, Jonathan. I was relatively quite easy, that was. Yeah, Pogo. Yeah, you assumed right, Jonathan. You assumed right. It was me assuming wrong. So yeah, I'll put my trainer code up on the screen in just a second, Mark, and you'll be able to add me. Let's just spin this Pokestop here. And what is Pikachu good against? What's one of Pikachu's water? Pikachu is massively effective against water and it's electric. Let's see if we can do a Squirtle against Pikachu Dynamax battle. Surely Squirtle can't win against Pikachu, right? It's not going to be very effective. That just can't happen. If anyone wrote that down on a piece of paper, they'd just say Pikachu wins every time. That just can't happen. So let's see if it can happen on Pokemon Go. Do not spawn off your incense. Not here, not now, not now. Don't spawn. We're too close to that Pokestop. All right, spawned across there now. Sudowoodo. So, let's do Squirtle against Pikachu. Surely it can't be easy, right? Surely we'll pick our worst Squirtle as well. Surely our Pikachu can't win a battle against Dynamax Pikachu. Surely our Squirtle can't win that. It's not very effective. We're going to be massively in the loss here, with electric being super effective against water. Pikachu is preparing a large attack and we can't actually avoid that. That's super annoying. Thunderbolt. It didn't kill us. I expected us to kill us all the way then. I expected us to just die. Attack incoming. We dodged it. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I think Squirtle's going to do this. Surely with the Dynamax moves, we're going to do this. Yeah, we've done it. So that definitely shouldn't be happening. That first move that Pikachu did against us should be doing way more damage than what it did. Surely. It's a super effective electric move against the water. And not a powered up water as well, it's just a normal Squirtle. And yet still we won. That's ridiculously easy. I think, to be honest, Jonathan, we needed to do that challenge, or it makes it a lot more interesting, this challenge, if it's like a level 2 Dynamax. The Whalmer one, for example, was a level 2, and it was a lot more interesting because we had to evolve it into Whale Lord, and it was very close, and we actually lost a few of those battles. But yeah, it wasn't as interesting or as exciting as what I wanted it to be, that battle. But still, pretty cool to know that you can do it. Right, let's get back on the hunt for legendaries. We've got our instance still on for 19 minutes. If anybody does want to add me on the game, by the way, you can add me using the trader code, which I'm going to put up on the screen now. 760780708259. Make a note of that trainer code, take a screenshot of it. You can also pause the live video and then go fast forward back to live so that you can note it down or put it into your game. So make a note of that trainer code there on the screen if you do want to add me. I will also be doing raids later on this evening if people want to do any of the legendary raids which are about at the moment. And don't forget, all these legendary raids will be disappearing and we'll be back to the Articuno, Zapdos and Moltres raids tomorrow. They'll be disappearing tonight. So make sure to let me know which legendaries you're after in the comments down below, and we'll keep an eye out for those this evening. We have 2 level 5 raids hatching in around 45 minutes each on the nearby at the moment, but we're potentially going to run into a few more as we walk a little bit further up again. But yeah, we've got legendaries, we've got Ultra Beasts. There's multiple different Ultra Beasts as well. Some you may not have in your region, depending on where you live. Here in the UK, we get Pheromosa, we get Nihilego, we get Guzzlord, and we also get Kartana. Those are the 4 Ultra Beasts that we get here. By all means, if you wanted any of those, we can keep an eye out for any of those, and we can let you know when we pop up. Magikarp off the incense. I don't know what a Hundo Magikarp is off the incense. Off the research task, should I say. That's 111 and 116. Not far off, 93. I'm guessing it's around 120, something like that. Going off those sort of stats. 106, so that's going to be terrible. Skipperdy has sent me an invite. I'm guessing that's Mark in the comments. Wimpod off the incense. Yeah, awesome. I will add you now, Mark. I'm also going to just rename you Mark as well. Just so I know when I type your name in. It's been 5 Pokestops. It's been a common task during this event, rewarding Magikarp. So yeah, username is Skippity, Jonathan. Yeah, it may be one of those, if you are sending each other trainer codes on the YouTube, it sometimes blocks out numbers. So if it doesn't go through, then just type the words "my trainer code is" and then put the numbers, and it should go through. If you just put a message with just numbers on, it tends to block it for some reason. YouTube funny restrictions and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, you could post your code for Mark. I mean, if Mark wants to join the Discord, if he's got Discord, then you could put it on there. It's whichever works best for you, really, mate. I'm gonna have to put my torch on here. It's a little bit dark where I am. Can't see where the path is. Definitely gone a lot darker now than what we started at. We're walking off a road or walking into a tree or something. You don't have Discord, right? Okay, no worries. But yeah, Jonathan can put his trainer code up on the chat or whatever, whichever Jonathan wishes to do. Yeah, that's fine. If you don't have Discord, that's absolutely fine. We have got our own Discord server, so if ever you did download Discord, Mark, then you can always join that server. So yeah, it looks like Jonathan's put his trainer code up on in the chat there for you, Mark. So we're back to the normal boring spawns at the moment. Are we going to get any more legendaries? I would love a Yveltal. Yveltal and Rayquaza are probably my 2 favourite legendaries. Hence we're buddying one now. And this Yveltal that we're buddying, I'll just show you this. This is what we're going to use our next bottle cap on. We're going to be using our bottle cap on a shiny Yveltal. And it's the only shiny that I caught when I was down London for the Go Fest. It's got an amazing London background. And this will be a Shundo someday, maybe later on this year. It's an awesome background and one of my favourite legendary Pokemon of all time. It's such a cool Pokemon. I haven't put much in Streamlabs, to be honest. I haven't started messing about with it. If you've got any recommendations, definitely let me know on Discord. If you've seen some stuff that you think, oh, Dan could do with that. I haven't really, that's a sick money, yeah, it is. I haven't really played much about with Streamlabs as of yet. So I've only really done the new subscriber pop-up. When somebody new subscribes to a channel, it pops up with their name. I've only really done that. But other than that, I haven't really done much. So yeah, if you've got any more suggestions what we could have on the channel, let me know in the Discord, either on the main Discord or whether it's private message. I don't mind either way. Might actually be a good idea for a channel, that might, in the Discord. Streamlabs ideas. Might do that as a channel later, and then you can post different ideas you want putting onto the live stream. Stuff you may have seen from other YouTubers, for example. We might give it a go and try and put that on ours. Be a little bit of a copycat, basically. Anything that looks cool and makes the stream more interactive. That's what we're aiming for. Persimmon off the incense, so we'll jump into this Pikachu and we will do it with another Pikachu. Why not? Well, in fact, let's do it with P-Dove. Pretty useless Dynamax Pokemon, Pidove normally, but can it survive a Pikachu? Squirtle did, so I expect Pidove to. It shouldn't, again, but surely Pidove can. I mean, it's ridiculous how Pikachu's use Surf Air, and we've already done more damage to Pikachu with just Aerial Ace. That's ridiculous. I think one of the challenges should be not to dodge, and yeah, thanks very much for joining, Mark. No worries. I think one of the challenges should be not to dodge and not to collect those max particle bonuses. I think that one might be one of the challenges that we have to do on the next Dynamax Pikachu battle. Do Pikachu against Pikachu, but don't collect any of the Dynamax things and don't dodge. Just literally stand there, taking all the attacks that Pikachu can throw at us, and see if we can still beat it. $514 on the Dynamax Pikachu. It's an excellent throw, so I'm going to quick catch it so we don't miss out on an incense spawn. And it didn't stay in the ball. There we go. Let's try again. There we go. 514. And we got a terrible stat Pikachu, so a 12, 13, 13. Not very good at all. Now, I think there's another Pikachu down there. There's actually two. We may be able to do both. We can do both. Quite easily do both. So we'll do both these Pikachus using a Pikachu against them. Just to spice things up a bit. Win a raid. Hopefully we'll be doing that in a minute. We've got a few raids about us now. We've got a couple of wormholes, 3 wormholes in fact. We've got 2 level 5 eggs that we saw before with around half an hour timers on now. And we've got a Genesect raid which is already hatched. We've then also got 3 level 1s which will be Pikachus no doubt. Just different variations of the costume Pikachu. Bulbasaur off the research task. Mockahita. So we'll jump into this Pikachu, and as we mentioned before, we will use Pikachu against Pikachu. We'll choose our lowest one, 505, and we won't dodge. We won't collect the max particles. We'll take every hit that Pikachu can throw at us, and let's see how close of a battle this is. It shouldn't be close. It should be an easy win for the Pikachu off a battle, not our Pikachu. It should annihilate us, but I don't think that's going to be the case. It's definitely not been the case so far this evening. It's also confusing when it says Pikachu uses Wild Charge, because that could be me, it could be him. Don't know which Pikachu that is. So we're not going to collect the particles. We're going to get hit by another Wild Charge or Discharge, and we're not even half health. We've got this down pretty easy. Yeah, very easy battle. Come on, let's get a shiny Pikachu. Would be so cool if we can get a shiny. Come on, shiny Pikachu. No, 529 though. Not bad. Not bad at all. Maybe a 96 depending on the IVs. Or maybe another 93 if it's going to attack. It is a 93 with attack. So 15, 13, 14 on the stats. Can we reach your one from here? We can. Yeah, it's not going too bad, Miss Blue. We've managed to do a few Pikachu Dynamax battles, 6 in total. Not seen any shinies. Squirtle. So we'll do the same challenge as before. Not dodging, not collecting max particles. We'll just use Squirtle against Pikachu. There's no way Squirtle should be winning this. We'll be taking every hit that Pikachu can throw at us. There's no way we should be winning. But yeah, to answer your question, Miss Blue, there's been one legendary that we've caught. That was a Zapdos, which was very cool. Normal Kanto Zapdos as well, not a Galarian one. We have encountered a Galarian Moltres off the incense. We've also encountered a Dialga. Rayquaza was another really cool encounter that we had early on. Now this is a lot closer challenge. Come on, Squirtle. We just managed to get to a Dynamax move. We should win in this scenario, being that we've Dynamaxed. Little tiny Squirtle becomes a huge Squirtle. So as we mentioned before, Gigantamax Pikachu comes out later this month. If you've not already seen the picture of Gigantamax Pikachu, it's similar to Eevee basically, it just gets a lot bigger. So Eevee just got a lot bigger in its Gigantamax form to normal. And Pikachu just gets a lot bigger. It basically turns into the fat Pikachu that you've seen from the original TCG cards and stuff like that. It effectively turns into that sort of Pikachu. Just goes big and plumpy. 515 Pikachu is not very good. So, how many max particles can we collect? We've already collected all from today. Fatachu, yeah, very much so. Pikachu that needs to go on a diet. If Pikachu throws a dodgeable charge attack, only then you've got some problem. Yeah, exactly. So it's like, if it's got the targeted attack, then yeah, you've got big issues. Whereas if it's got the large attack, then it doesn't do as much damage. Does less damage, but obviously to everybody in the Dynamax, which if you've got more than one, it would damage you both the same amount. But yeah, the targeted attacks. If Pikachu, for that instance, threw 2 charge attacks, I think our Squirtle wouldn't stand a chance. It'll be knocked out. But yeah, we were lucky that it threw 1 large attack and 1 targeted in that scenario. So two more minutes on the incense. Let's drop another one. We will be going into the next hour, so let's drop another one. 6:57. Approaching 7 o'clock this Monday evening, which means only 1 more hour of this event. We've got 1 more hour of the legendaries being in the wild. Try that Pika raid up the road with all Pikas. That should be possible, but not too easy. Oh, so you mean the actual Pikachu raid, like that one? Right, okay. That's interesting. Yeah, we might try that. Let's see what legendaries are about. Yeah, I'm going that way now. We can do this Pikachu here, can't we? Yeah, we can do this Pikachu here. That's absolutely fine. Let's see what the next spawn is to make sure it's not a legendary. And then we'll jump in this Pikachu raid and do that battle. It's a Trico. So yeah, let's try this out. So as recommended by Jonathan, we're trying to mix things up a little bit. We're going to do a Pikachu battle using all the Dynamax Pikachus that we've caught this evening and only using Pikachus. There we go. Pikachu against Pikachu. One of them in there is a 216 CP as well. He's not even a Dynamax. He's just one we call him a Wild. We'll keep him in just for the laughs. So we're not even all over 500 CP. One's 216. Theoretically, we shouldn't be able to do this. The Pikachu we're going up against is going to be like 3,000 something CP. 3,277. There's no way we should do this. Electric against electric as well is not good. We're doing decent amount of damage, to be fair. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. When the raid boss Pikachu does its attack, that is doing a lot of damage to us. We're into our second Pikachu. I think we've just come out to a Thunderbolts as well, which isn't ideal. We are into the yellow of the costume Pikachu's health. Second Pikachu's down and out. 514 is in the battle. The third Pikachu. This could be won by the one that's 200 CP. It could just enter the battlefield at the right time and win this for us. It's almost like the stars have aligned for that to happen. Wild Charge, there we go. Come on. 216 CP. Oh no. That didn't last long. On to our fifth Pikachu. Hey, there we go. So Pikachus can beat Pikachu. And we also get a rubbish one, 502 CP. Is using Pikachu against a Pikachu going to bring a shiny out though? It doesn't. 502 CP. It's a rubbish one. Don't think it's a costume we even needed. But not very good at all. 2-star. Of course, 536 is the same hundo number as the Dynamax. That's what we were after on that raid. But there you go, Jonathan. We've done your challenge. We'll give every little challenge a go. If we think it's feasible, we'll do it. Matang off a research. That was off a win a raid task. That's actually quite a nice reward there. It was fun for the challenge, definitely. Definitely worth giving it a go. It was surprisingly close, to be fair. I was hoping that 216 Pikachu would have won it for us, but it just died instantly. Not a good time to beat that Pikachu. That Pikachu got caught in the wild just thinking, I'm going to go to the professor straight away. Little did it know we were going to feed it to another Pikachu on a raid and watch it suffer as it agonisingly got thunderbolted. Got a shiny Shinx. In general, or this weekend? Hey Harvey, how are you? Shiny and Shinx, yeah, I got 13. 22 in total. 13, and one of those has got a hat on as well, I think. Yeah, there we go. Which is pretty cool. That's awesome, Harry. It is a very cool game to play with your family and friends. Are you doing a community today? Yes, I will be doing a community today. I'll probably be hosting it in my local area. One that's not traded. Yeah, definitely. Shiny and Shinx. And minus traded. Yeah, 20 of them haven't been traded. So yeah, I've definitely got a shiny Shinx. Why, is that what you next want for our remote trade? Is it a shiny you've been after for a while? It's going to be quite hard to get as well. Regirock, come on. Oh, no shiny. 27-36 out. Let's see an excellent throw, and it's ran away again. Why, legendaries? This event is so frustrating. Do you have a shiny perfect? Yes, I have 19 of them, I think. Is it 19 or 18? 19. So yeah, one we had a couple of weeks ago. Shundo Articuno at the end of February. We had this at the start of this year off a lucky trade. This on Christmas Eve. And this start of December on a lucky trade. Then we've got a shiny background Lugia as well. Shundo background Lugia. So yeah, got quite a few shiny perfect ones. Some are really weird ones as well. I've got a Shundo Oddish, randomly found in a wild. A little bit weird. Got a Shundo Hisuian Growlithe as well, which I've got randomly in a wild. Got one which was a Gyarados. That is a very cool one. Hopefully you've megaed that at some stage. It's a really cool mega evolution. Shinx has to be one of my favourite mons. It is a very cool mon. Do you like the family of Shinx or just Shinx? Do you like Luxio and Luxray, or is it just Shinx specifically that you like? Yeah, Gyarados is a super cool one. If you've not already, it'll be very cool to get the Mega Energy for that and to Mega Evolve it. Because once you've Mega Evolved it once, you can just keep Mega Evolving it for free. Of course, you have to wait like so many days to be able to do that, but once you've done it once, you're just a waiting game, man. Don't mind the family, are pretty cool as well. Yeah, but mainly you just like Shinx. So if I was to give you... So there's a question for you, Jonathan. If you were to have a Shundo Shinx from a lucky trade that I traded you, would you keep it as a Shinx, or would you evolve it to Luxray? Knowing that Luxray is not a bad electric type. Would you evolve it, or keep it as it is? Pokemon storage full, and I think we've just got a legendary. Oh, quick. No, I thought it was a legendary one. My bad. For some reason, I thought the Honchkrow being close to the Slowpoke was like a Tapu Lele or something with black and pink. Don't know why, my head went there. Panicked over nothing. Lechonk's actually going to have a community day in May. So for anybody wanting shiny Lechonk, you haven't got long to wait. May community day will be Lechonk. So May community day will be Lechonk. April community day is going to be Tinkertink. And of course, March community day is this Saturday coming up at the end of this week, and it is Score Bunny. Have you got any glowing birds? I've seen two. Yes, I have got glowing birds. Well, let me just check this Shinx, just to see if I can annoy Jonathan even more. Yes, I've got some glowing birds. So if we go Galar and Legendary, for example, and then do it by number orientation, you can see there I've got 7 Articunos, 5 Zapdoses, 2 of which are Hundos, think I was one of the first people in the world to have 2 Hundo Zapdoses. It happened very early on after the bird's release, so. And then we got a Zapdos, which is a 98 shiny one. Let me just go back to that. I was just checking the wild spawns to make sure nothing's spawning. But yeah, Articunos, very lucky with Articunos. Seems to be the one which appears for me most often. But yeah, quite a few from traded, but also got an extra small one. This is a first ever Master Ball that I used on Pokemon GO. Was for this extra small glaring bird. I thought that was going to be incredibly rare. And I've not actually seen another one since, so it was definitely a good use of a Master Ball, in my opinion. But yeah, we've had a fair share. I think we're just missing the Moltres shiny. That would be so cool if we managed to get that. Imagine getting that today off a normal incense. Shiny, glaring Moltres. That'd be ridiculously lucky. But yeah, again, they are incredibly difficult to catch. I have seen people using a quick catch method for them, which apparently increases the catch rate. I don't know how true that is. I would have to try it on one of them. I've seen people do the quick catch method during this event and it hasn't worked. So only glaring birds from the daily incense, the quick catch method has been working. So you just literally quick catch, like I'm doing now with these Pokemon. Just quick catch as you would do normally and run away. And it apparently ends up increasing the catch. Know what? I'd evolve it into Luxio. So its Pokedex number would be not found. Luxio's is 444. Awesome. That is actually pretty cool. That is actually pretty cool. Yeah, I'd go with you on that one. So we're going to walk back on ourselves a little bit, just because carrying on any further up this road would mean that we're going to be in pitch darkness and on the road because there's no walkway, which we don't want to do really. We don't want to be scaring the cars as they drive past, swerving, trying to dodge me. Or maybe we don't want to dodge me, maybe it'll mow me down. Either way, we don't want that on the live stream. Sandshrew. So let's have a quick Hundo check to see what we've got Hundo-wise today. If we've managed to get any Hundos, and we haven't unfortunately. We managed to get a Hundo Meowth and a Hundo Cubone a couple of days ago. But unfortunately, we've had nothing to add to them since, so Meowth and Cubone remain our latest Hundos. So for anybody watching the channel for the first time, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video as well, and turn that notification bell on. Also make sure to go check out my other YouTube videos which we've been posting for a couple of years now. In fact, we've got quite a few videos on YouTube, either past live streams, past videos, YouTube shorts, loads of different things there, loads of different content to get your teeth into for anybody interested in Pokemon Go. There's so much Pokemon Go content on my YouTube channel, but we've also got a TikTok channel as well. You can follow me on TikTok, DanzoBiggins, the same username on that. And I'm also on Twitter as well, or what formerly was Twitter, now X. DanzoBiggins50 is the username on Twitter. So if you want to follow me on there, you can do. And of course, as we mentioned before, we have got our own Discord server as well. So everybody who joins the TikTok, the Twitter, the YouTube, has pretty much a central base to speak to and chat to on the Discord. So that was the main purpose of a Discord. So yeah, if you feel free to join the Discord, if you've got it already, the link to my Discord server is in my profile bio on any of my social media, so you can hopefully find that link pretty easily in the profile bio. So it's been a while since we've seen a legendary. Let's see if we can find one. relatively soon. We've also got another free raid pass to use today, one that we've just earned. Since when do you do Instagram? I actually started an Instagram account the other day. I'd had one that I've got from years ago, but that's like a more personal one. But yeah, I've started a Instagram account for Danzo Biggins for my YouTube content and stuff like that, just to basically get it on another platform and hopefully bring in more viewers. But I'm sort of trying to work out whether it's worth juggling 4 different social medias. It'll be pretty cool if whenever I post on a certain platform, it automatically posts on something else. That'll be pretty cool. But of course, Instagram is mainly just pictures and stuff, instead of shorts and videos like YouTube and TikTok. So we're working on our Instagram at the moment, trying to get it up and running and work out what we're going to use in terms of content on there. It may just be a place where I put pictures of my Gengar slabs up for anybody interested in the TCG side of things, because we have got a lot of Gengar slabs. So it may just be a place where I put pictures of those up. I'm not too sure what to do with it yet. But yeah, watch this space on Insta. Yeah, there's a lot of shorts. There's a lot of shorts. A lot that we've already got on there, on the YouTube and stuff, but it's whether I copy them over onto Instagram or not, I'm not sure. I don't know if on Instagram you can only do a 15-second clip, I'm not sure. My dad thought he was the best at this game, but now I've seen you, he's nothing. Yeah, I'm not even that good. I must admit, I'm not even that good. I won't class myself as like a top player, by no means. I play quite a bit, and obviously I try and build a community base, whether it be in person or online, through my socials. But yeah, I wouldn't say I'm an amazing player. I'm an average player. And I will refuse to call it. What's that? 1,506 followers. What's that? Oh, on Twitter. Yeah. Ooh, Lunala. Lunala. That is an awesome CP number as well. 2727. I love a repetition on that. Excellent throw, and it was tiny as well. Can we get a critical? Let's go! We got a Lunala. Yes! Let's go! It's a 0-star. It's rubbish. He's got 0 attack. He's got 7 defense, I think that is. And he's got 3 HP, but still, we've caught a Lunala in the wild. That is incredible. That is ridiculously lucky. Let's go! Yes! Get in! 5k egg hatch. Can we shiny? No. These are 5ks from the Go Tour as well. So it could have been shiny. Would have been a nice shiny to get the blue one, because I don't think we get that here in the UK. Let's go! Lunala in the wild. Yes! I mean, it's a shame that Lunala can't be shiny. Imagine finding a shiny Lunala in the wild, that would have been just insane. But yeah, it can't be shiny at the moment in the game. Lunala and Solgaleo haven't had their shiny release so far in Pokemon GO. I do expect it though, on the next rotation that we come out on raids. A wild Hundo Palkia, that is ridiculously lucky. Congrats on that. That is crazy. Right, let's see if we can get any more legendaries. So far on the live stream, we've caught 2 legendaries. We've encountered many more. Most of those first lot ran though. We've got a Zapdos And we've got a Lunala. Earlier on today, on the way to work, I managed to catch a Dialga and a Groudon, and also I had 5 legendaries flee on me on the way to work as well. 4 of them back to back to back to back. So if you haven't already seen it, make sure to check out my YouTube short video where you see the journal post of the 4 which were back to back to back to back off the incense. Crazy lucky, but crazily unlucky that we didn't catch any of them. And then we also got a Tornadus around about 8 minutes later. So 5 legendaries in 10 minutes, or in 8 minutes, should I say, off the incense. And we didn't catch any of them. But make sure to go check that YouTube short video out. It's a very cool thing to see, that we got so many legendaries in a row off the incense. And like I mentioned before, it's also available on TikTok as well, if that's where you usually watch your short videos. We are on TikTok. Same username, Danzo Biggins, on TikTok. Now, I don't know whether, like we mentioned before on the channel, Heatran, come on, be shiny, be shiny. Oh, no shiny Heatran, but 2647. Again, this will be such a cool catch if we can. Using that white Kyurem or black Kyurem space adventure effect, and it's ran. So annoying, but still awesome to see. I think that's the first Heatran that we've seen this event, so that is pretty cool to see. And of course, Heatran's got a new Mega coming out eventually to Pokemon GO, but it's already out on the Pokemon Legends ZA game, and we've got back to back. We've got Regieleki. We've seen this a couple of times today, but can we finally catch this bouncing electric legendary? Excellent throw. Oh, I thought we got him, man. Oh, he's ran away as well. Regieleki just seems to be slightly lower CPs. That is ridiculously unlucky. I thought we got it on that one, man. It was the best throw we've done on a Regieleki tonight. We've been mainly doing rubbish throws on him just because of how much he bounced. We managed to get an excellent, and unfortunately it didn't pay off. How many perfects have you got? So we've managed to get 952 in total. That isn't the total amount as well. I have deleted quite a lot of hundos. I've deleted many hundo chances. I think I had quite a few hundo Caterpies as well randomly. I don't know whether it was a bug out event when we spawn more often, but for some reason we ended up with more of them. Or did it have a community day, Caterpie? Oh no, Weedle did. I don't think we've had a community day for Caterpie. But yeah, so there's many hundos which I've binned quite a few of. I think at one stage you ended up having like 10 hundo chances, maybe even more. We've still got 5 hundos now. To make it interesting, if I get another legendary caught, I will bin a hundo. How's that? If we get another legendary caught in this last half an hour of the event, 38 minutes, we will have to delete a hundo. Let's see if we can. Do we get to choose which one it will be? No, because you'll choose me shundos. No, you don't get an option in this. No, that's just no fun. I thought you had 19 shundos, Dan. Well, yeah, but I caught a legendary, so Jonathan made me delete one. Kyurem. Oh, what a cool legendary that is. Kyurem in the wild, 2897. Come on, Kyurem. Come on. Oh, terrible throw and terrible luck again. God, this is like a great flea event. Forget about the legendary event. This is like the great legendary flea event. We just all run away. Damn it. That would have been so cool. That would have been really cool. So we've got a couple of Pheromosa raids. If anybody wants to do a Pheromosa, I know that's something that not many people get around the world, depending on whereabouts you are. I think it's one that sort of switches roles with Buzzwole. So some people get Pheromosa, some people get Buzzwole, depending on where you are in the world. But yeah, I'm more than happy to do a Pheromosa if people are wanting Pheromosa. I don't know if I've got Pheromosa Shiny, to be honest. We haven't. We haven't got Pheromosa Shiny. So if anybody wants to do a Pheromosa to try and get me a Shiny, I'm more than happy to do it. Do let me know in the comments if you are wanting a Pheromosa. What if I promise I wouldn't choose a Shundo? Maybe. Maybe. Maybe it's for negotiation. You'll probably end up picking a Gengar. Knowing Jonathan, I'll end up picking a Gengar. What's your best and your favourite Pokemon? So my favourite Pokemon is Gengar. Absolutely love Gengar. If you've not already checked out my YouTube, TikTok videos, you will see that I've been collecting Gengar cards, graded cards. We've just added a big addition to that collection as well. We posted a YouTube short video about my latest addition to that Gengar card collection yesterday. It's a very expensive edition, but it's a very cool edition. It's one I really wanted for some time, and we've managed to finally get it. So yeah, make sure to check that out. But yeah, Gengar is a very, very favourite of mine. And my best Pokemon, so best Pokemon on Pokemon GO, would probably be my Zacian. Yeah, Zacian is a top one in terms of CP. It's also probably one of the most useful ones, with it being available to use in both Dynamax and also Dynamax, Gigantamax, and also raids. Of course, with its sword form, you can use it in both. The normal Zacian is available on raids this week as well. So for those who want the Zacian, it is about this week during raid hour. Comes on level 5 raids as of Wednesday. But yeah, they're probably my favourite Pokemon is by far Gengar. If I could use Gengar against every raid boss, I would. Love him to bits. Plus, I think the most awesome thing about Gengar, and it wasn't a reason why I liked him, but it's a reason why I liked him even more, is the fact that Gengar's Pokédex number is 94, and my year of birth is 1994. I thought that was pretty cool. I've always liked Gengar, but when that was the case, I thought, yeah, that's even more so I like him now. I'd have loved him anyway, even if that wasn't the case, but it was just one of those little links that I thought that is super cool. Because I've got t-shirts with like 94 Gengar written on them. And obviously 94 is his Pokédex number, but it could also mean my birth year, which is just a wicked link. Legendaries, where are you? Jonathan wants to delete a hundo. Out of curiosity, what hundo would you delete, Jonathan? If we were to get a legendary in the next 32 minutes of this event, what hundo would you choose, or are you just going to let me know if and when we get one? We've got a Zapdos raid as well near us. I'm showing my dad your account, you're insane. Yeah, it's not too bad. Total XP now is just over 1 billion. We hit 1 billion late last year. We were targeting to hit 1 billion by the end of last year, and we did it with around about a month, 6 weeks to go. So November, early December time, we hit 1 billion XP, which is really, really cool. And that also meant we actually hit it on exactly the same day as we hit 500 million. So we earned 500 million XP in 1 year to the day, which is amazing. Amazing feat. It took me 6 years to get up to 500 million XP. And it only took me a year to get the next 500 million, which was just insane. We really did go after the XP. I'll let you know. One question, can I choose legendaries? I haven't got many legendary hundos, so probably not. No, if I had more, then I would say yes, but I think I've only got like 40. So probably not. It's going to have to be a normal hundo, I'd say. I'm actually getting quite nervous. Part of me is hoping that we don't get another legendary bird, but I also want another legendary. Part of me is hoping that we don't get another legendary, not specifically a legendary bird. But also, most of me is saying I want more legendaries because I want to try and get a shiny one, if we can. It'd be so cool if we can end up getting a shiny one in the last 30 minutes of the event. That is literally down to the wire. Come on, shiny. Shellos. And again, what we'll probably do is we'll end up clipping some of these legendary encounters up for our YouTube and TikTok shorts. Or maybe early hours tomorrow we might do that, depending on how long it takes to process this live video on YouTube. Probably tomorrow when we post those up. But still, it'd be pretty cool to see those again. Scroll for your hundos, minus shiny, minus legendary. Yes. I'm really lining myself up here to be completely done over. 5G. 5G, we are back. 5G, we are back. Are we back? Come on, wild spawns. Where are you? Again, we're going to have to stick our torch on for this next bit. So we've got a... Yeah, we're back. We are back. Giraffe rig. We can encounter things again. Can we spin things? We can! Yes! Streamer's back. So for some reason when we went... Oh, Zymus Enter! Come on! Oh, no shiny. 3092. This could be the time when we have to delete a hundo for Jonathan. Why did I sign up to that? It's broke out. It's given us a second go. Come on. Our Kyurem effect is finished now, isn't it? Excellent throw. We need to put that Kyurem effect back on again. It's ran away. Let's get the Kyurem effect back on. Kyurem. Come on. CP. Black Kyurem. Free shock. Let's use it for the next 20 minutes. Pretty much all we got of this event. Paralyzes Pokemon. It's quite abrupt, isn't it, that? Paralyzes Pokemon. So yeah, if you haven't already noticed, you might have noticed some audio quality differences. We are running off the normal microphone on the phone now instead of the external microphone, because unlike the other day, I have actually brought a charger pack with me. So the phone is on charge as we're live streaming, hence I can't put the microphone in the same port because it goes in the same port as the charger. So yeah, if you've noticed a little bit of dip in audio quality, that's why. And it also may pick up a bit more road noise as we're going past the road in a moment's time. So I do apologise for that in advance. But it's good that we've got a live stream back. We are back. We're underway. And hopefully we can finish off with another legendary encounter. We got Zamazenta just a moment ago, but it ran away, to the very disappointment of Jonathan, who has said he wants to choose which hundo I delete on the next legendary that I catch. So if I catch a legendary in the next 22 minutes of the event, we've got to delete a hundo, and Jonathan says he's going to choose which hundo to delete. I'm a little bit nervous about that. Don't know what Jonathan's going to choose. But yeah, we've got loads of hundos which aren't legendary. So 9 times out of 10, if you choose a Pokemon, we may have that hundo, or we may not. Don't spawn under this gym. Don't do what you did on us yesterday. So yeah, what I'm probably thinking is, going forward on the channel, as we've always done, we'll do our Monday night live stream for the Dynamax Max Monday. We'll do our Tuesday night live stream, but instead of being for Spotlight Hour, we'll do an event live stream with a current event. So that'll be tomorrow, and it'll be the Pokopia celebration event tomorrow. And then on Sunday, when we're on about doing a live stream, in addition to all that, we may do that Sunday live stream on TikTok, just to give our TikTok fan base a little bit more to feed off. I know not everybody's got TikTok, not everybody's got YouTube, so trying to even it out a little bit, we may put a little bit more content on TikTok in the form of live videos on a Sunday. So let me know your thoughts on that. Try and spread it out a little bit to the different platforms we've got. It's crazy how on YouTube as well you have to hit so many requirements before you start earning any money off it, before you start earning any revenue off it. We're nowhere near hitting any of those requirements, even though we have got over 1,500 subscribers now. We're nowhere near hitting any of those requirements, unfortunately. But we are close to requirements, or TikTok, should I say, has got no requirements. So you don't need any requirements to start earning money off TikTok. And I think even on my first ever live stream on TikTok, we ended up earning a bit of money. I think Jonathan sent me a gift straight away on TikTok. So the 10p that he sent me that time was actually the only money I've ever seen from any of my content creation so far. So pretty cool that's the case on TikTok. I think on YouTube you've got to get so many watch hours, and unfortunately live streams don't count to those watch hours. It's only the watch during the non-live stuff. So if you watch a live stream once it's finished, if you watch those sort of live streams, that counts. But a live stream that's currently ongoing, the watch hours for that don't count. And the watch hours don't count for YouTube short videos, you only count on the normal videos. YouTube shorts, you have to get like 3 million views on a YouTube short in the last 90 days. 3,000 over the last 3,000 hours to do than the YouTube short video one, I would say. But yes, it's laggy again. That's a little bit. It may get a little bit better in a moment. We have just gone through a little bit of a tunnel and a little bit of a patch where I know the signal is sometimes a little bit bad around there. So hopefully it gets a little bit better in just a second's time. Ponyta. We did get a shiny one of these the other day, about a week or so ago. Streak is broken. What streak is that? Oh, make 5 great curveball throws in a row. That is for a Spinder quest. Let's see if we can do that. Excellent throw there. Swablu. Terrible throw there. That's broke the streak again. We shall start again. Excellent throw. Cricky Tot. Great throw. I keep thinking we're going to move, but we're not going to, are we? We're using Karen's effect. We're going to stay exactly still. Which is ideal for this challenge. Great curveball throw. 4 out of 5. This is where we always get a little bit twitchy and nervous. Whenever you're on 4 out of 5 out of the Spinder quest, you are more likely to fail than to do it. Sounds ridiculous because you've already done 4 in a row, but the 5th one is always a nervy throw. Like that. I mean, that should have been a great throw, surely. That's a fairly issue. Should have been a great throw. That's so annoying. That was clearly a great throw. Swablu can just do one. Tried a couple of times on Swablu down, it's just not going to work. Gligar. Come on. Excellent throw. Meowth. Surely a great. It is. 2 kilometre egg. Tyrogue. I would have loved to hatch a shiny one of that. I don't think I've ever hatched my own shiny Tyrogue. I think I got one from trade. Never had my own, unfortunately. Sea King. Maybe that's moving a little bit too much. No, we got a great throw. That's fine. Whirlpeed. Big enough circle for a great throw. Skarmory, is that going to be annoying or good? Might actually be quite decent. There we go, great throw. So, our Spinder, non-shiny 491. Annoying. One of the worst Spinders you can have. 521 is a hundo for Spinder. 491 is nowhere near that. Right, 15 minutes left of this celebration event. 30-year celebration event. Of course, 30 years the other day on Pokemon Day, February the 27th, was the day back in 1966. 1966? It's more than 30 years, that is. 1996. 27th of February 1996 was the day that we had the red and green games come out in Japan. That was the first start of a franchise, so that is why that's notoriously known as Pokemon Day. The 27th of February every year we get Pokemon Day, and it's the anniversary of the game, and we have a Kyogre. Come on, be shiny, be shiny, be shiny. Oh, it's not pink. That is such a cool spawn though. We got a Kyogre. It's an excellent throw. Come on, catch. Let's go! We got a Kyogre. Let's go! Oh no. I've just remembered. We've got to delete a hundo. Oh no. So I signed up to this thing where if I catch a legendary in the last half an hour of the event, I've got to delete a hundo of Jonathan, who is viewing the channel. I've got to delete a hundo of Jonathan's choice. I don't even want to ask Jonathan. What is your choice of hundo, Jonathan? I can't even believe I'm saying that. What is your choice of hundo to delete? Now Jonathan sat there knowing he can be super cruel, but I would probably not delete it. Mind scrolling through hundos again? Just pick a Pokemon randomly and I'll see if I've got it or not. If you pick something I like, I'm just like, no, I haven't got that, mate. I haven't got that. Really, really slowly. I can't do it really, really slowly. I've got 800 odd. Randomly say a Pokemon. I will see if I've got a hundo of it. Yveltal. Oh, no way. Come on, Yveltal. One of my favourite legendaries. This has got to stay in. Please. Oh, it's ran away. So annoying. Both Rayquaza and Yveltal, the two that I really wanted this event, have ran away. Pick a number between 1 and 2000. Oh. I'm going to pick number... Oh, this is really annoying. I'm going to pick... Do I go quite low or do I go with a medium? I'm going to pick 312. I don't know why 312, I don't know what that Pokemon is. Shall we see what 312 is? It can't be a legendary. It's a mining. I've got one hundo mining. I can't delete my only hundo mining. You pick a number. You pick a number between 1 and 1025. I don't know why I ever signed up to this. Right, come on, can we get more legendaries? 10 more minutes to go. 35. Clefairy. So Jonathan wants us to delete a hundo Clefairy from, or if not, 104. What is 104? A Cubone. So Jonathan wants us to delete a Cubone or a Clefairy. I could do Clefairy. I could do your initial one. Latios. Latios. Oh, 3041 CP. Again, insane on the CP. I did read somewhere that you can reach level 50 in the wild. Come on. Oh, it's ran away. The legendaries are definitely appearing in this last 15 minutes of the event. Do I get to choose another one? I think those are your first two choices, so we'll go with those two. Right, so we caught, for anybody who's just tuning in, so we've just caught a shiny. Let's try it again. So we've just caught a wild Kyogre, which is terrible RVs. But Jonathan, who is, you may have remembered, we did our first ever Forever Friends trade with yesterday. He said, and I agreed, that if I caught a legendary off the incense in the last 30 minutes of the event, he could choose a number from 1 to 1025, and as long as it's not a shiny or a legendary, I would have to delete a hundo of that Pokemon. He's chosen number 35, and no, tiny Kyurem. No way. We'll game that in just a moment. A tiny Kyurem. Come on, please catch. Please catch. No way! We've got it! We've got a tiny Kyurem! Oh my god! It's a tiny Kyurem! That is ridiculous! That is crazy! No way! We got a tiny legendary off the incense and we caught it. That is crazy. I might even fuse that just for a laugh. That is absolutely mental. No way. That is crazy. So what we'll do is, Jonathan, we'll do our bit at the end. So let's get to 8 o'clock. And we now have to delete 2 hundos. You chose 35 and 102, was it? Or 103? Whatever Cubone is. 104. So 35 and 104. You chose those 2 numbers. We have to delete a hundo of each one of those. Oh dear. I don't know why I ever signed up to this. But yeah, so that's what's happening at 8 o'clock. If we get any more, then we have to delete another one. Why did I sign up to this? I should have known this was going to happen. I should have known. I'm never signing up to this again. This is the first and only and last time you will see this on the channel. Oh God. I thought I was a Regirock then. It definitely gives off those Regirock vibes, Stone Journey. Definitely gives off those Regirock vibes. I'm getting you short content. Yeah, definitely. 100%. We'll be clipping some of this up tomorrow. Without a doubt. This is crazy. Absolutely crazy. We've only got 1 more minute left of the Kyurem effect. We're not going to extend that anymore because it does 10 minutes every time. So we won't be using the majority of that. So if we do get another legendary, if it's after the next 1 minute and 30 seconds, we will have to just try and catch it without the Kyurem effect, which we have done plenty of times this event already. But as we get towards 8 o'clock, we will hopefully get another legendary counter. Hopefully. Fingers crossed we get 1 more at least. We've got 4 more minutes left of the incense, which should see us through this event. Should just about see us, I think. There's a little over 4 minutes left to go. So it's pointless again putting another incense on after this one. There we go, we just tipped into 7:56. So we're probably going to leave with about 20 seconds left of the event without an incense. Which is no problem. Don't think we need to put another incense on just for 20 seconds and 1 additional spawn. I think this will do us until the end of the event. Hey, you signed up for it. Yeah, I've only got myself to blame for this, Jonathan. I really have. I've only got myself to blame. That would be a cool shiny. Wormadam. Nearly a 2-hour live stream now. Don't forget, like, subscribe, turn that notification bell on. We will be live again tomorrow for what used to be our original Spotlight Hour live stream slot. Instead, it's going to be the new event live stream slot. So we'll be doing the Pokopia celebration event. And we'll probably only go live for around about an hour and 20 minutes or so tomorrow. So make sure to join us tomorrow. Turn that notification bell on so you get notified when we go live. This is maybe your 2nd longest stream so far. Probably so, yeah. Probably so. I don't even think during the big events we've done a live stream this long. So yeah, it probably is the longest live stream, or the 2nd longest that we've done. So thanks for everybody sticking around from right at the start. Kyurem effect is finished. We've got 2 more minutes on this incense. 2 more minutes of incense spawns. Can we have 1 more chance of getting a shiny legendary off incense? Are we going to be that lucky to get another encounter? We are. Latios. 31:38 CP. Longest is well over 8 hours. Yeah, we messed up on that one, didn't we? 31:38 CP. Come on. We've got to wait until Latios stops moving. That's a terrible throw. I was aiming for him when he was right high up in the sky. Oh, he's given us a second chance. Excellent throw on that one. Come on. Oh, it's ran away. I thought we were going to get it then. That would have been so cool if we managed to get one with like 50 seconds left. That would have been such a cool way to finish a live stream. Instead, we've got this Stunfisk as our next encounter, and probably one more encounter off the insects before it finishes. Is this the last spawn? Or are we going to get a legendary? We've got a pat rat. Let's catch this. Maybe we can force one more spawn off the incense. 10 more seconds left. Come on. Last spawn off the incense. Can we get one? Or is it going to faint out before the last spawn arrives? Oh, no more spawns. Damn it. I thought we were going to get one more spawn then. Unfortunately, we didn't. We've just stuck a daily on for the time being. We're not going to get any legendaries off this. If we are, they're going to be Galar birds. That's the only legendaries you can get off a daily. But it has now turned 8 o'clock. The event is finished. All the Pokemon have started to despawn. But for anybody just tuning in, before we finish a live stream, we'll take you back to around about 7:30, about half an hour ago. Me and Jonathan's a regular on the chat. He's been with us since the start of this channel virtually. And me and Jonathan came up with the idea that if I got if I got a legendary in the last 30 minutes of the event. So if I caught a legendary in the last 30 minutes of the event, I would have to delete a hundo of Jonathan's choosing. Now he would pick a number from 1 to 1025. Of course, that's all the Pokemon that have been released. And he would pick 2 numbers, or 1 number for each time we get a legendary. We actually end up getting 2 legendaries, so let's just check what legendaries we got. If we go on legendary here. So in the last half an hour of the event, we managed to pick up a wild Kyogre off the incense. We managed to catch that, which was incredible. And then we actually managed to catch this. This was our last legendary catch of the event. It was an extra small Kyurem. We didn't get any shinies, unfortunately, during the event, but we did get quite a lot of legendaries, and we'll go through them all in just a moment. But an extra small Kyurem to finish off the event. But with that, me and Jonathan agreed that if I was to get any more legendaries caught in the last half an hour of event, I would have to delete a hundo for each one. So Jonathan has picked 2 hundos for me to delete. He's picked 2 numbers at randomly from 1 to 1025, all the Pokedex numbers. He has chose 2 numbers randomly, and we are going to delete 2 hundos. So he's chosen 34, or what number was it? What numbers was it, Jonathan? Just remind me on. You got picked 104, and was it 32? Why not use 2, the number of which you deleted it for? 35, Clefairy. 36 it was, Clefairy, wasn't it? Yeah, 35, Clefairy. Yeah, so 35 Clefairy and 105 Cubone, 104 Cubone. So, because we had these last 2 legendaries caught in the last half an hour of the event, Kyogre, 2,701 CP, and Kyurem, extra small Kyurem, incredible catch to get him a wild, 2,677. Because we caught both those in the wild in the last 30 minutes of the event, Jonathan came up with two random numbers from 1 to 1,025, and he picked 34 and 104. Sorry, 35 and 104. So we've got to delete a hundo of Clefairy. I don't even know how I'm doing this. So delete a hundo of Clefairy and delete a hundo of 104, which is Cubone. So Jonathan has selected two numbers randomly to delete. Oh, I can't believe I'm doing this. Why did he even sign up to this, Jonathan? This is you. This is your fault. Right, let's do it. Let's do it. Two hundos have got to be deleted because we chose to do this stupid bet with Jonathan that if we caught two legendaries in the last 30 minutes of the event, of which we did, we caught a extra small Kyurem, and we've caught a Kyogre in the last half an hour of the event. Because we caught two legendaries in the last half an hour of the event, Jonathan has chose Pokemon number 35 to delete a hundo of, which is Clefairy. There we go. Hundo Clefairy gone. And he has chosen Cubone to delete a hundo of, which I'll show you it's a hundo. I always put an asterisk on the hundos. And we've deleted a hundo Cubone. So two hundos have been deleted because I signed up to a silly bet with Jonathan, not realising or not thinking I was going to get any more legendaries caught. And in the last half an hour, we caught two. So that means we had to delete two hundos. And Jonathan chose the numbers 35 and 104 in the Pokedex. And there you go. Two hundos have now been deleted from my game. We are now down to 950 hundos, when previously you'd seen that we were on 952. So you can see there that we deleted two hundos and we are now back to 950. So thanks very much for that, Jonathan. Let's see what Jonathan's just said here. By the way, I divided your number by the day and the month. Oh, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool way of doing it. So, just a quick one then. We'll just wrap up the live stream now. This event is now finished. The Pokemon 30-year celebration event is now finished. No more legendaries can be found in the wild, unfortunately. So these are the legendaries that we've managed to find in the wild during this event. And it all started with a Palkia, 3,238 CP, 1-star Palkia. And we got Cobalion, Dialga, Enamorus, which is a very cool one, Palkia, Xerneas, Tornadus, Terrakion, awesome one to find in the wild, Groudon, Dialga again, Zapdos, which was earlier on this live stream, Lunala, Kyogre, and an extra small Kyurem to finish on. An amazing one to finish on. Unfortunately, no shinies, but a super awesome event. Even though the catch rate was so low, we did manage to get quite a few decent things during this event. But I do hope everybody's enjoyed the live stream tonight. I have, and I hope everyone watching us. But thanks very much for joining us. Hopefully you join us for the next live stream tomorrow, 6 PM UK time again tomorrow, where we'll be doing the Pokopia celebration event. But thanks very much for joining us. Take care, and I'll see you on the next live stream. Bye for now.